Yo, what's going on guys, it's Phenakism back with another video today. Today we are once again looking at something to do with the whole thing that's happened with the co-creators of Subnautica. One of them, I don't know who it is. Anyway, we'll figure this out now when we read through this. This is basically just an update video. Once again, like, sorry for keep doing these, but yeah, I kind of want to keep people updated that do end up watching it, even though it's not thousands, it is a couple hundred, which is pretty decent. So yeah, again, what's it called? The link to this thread, no, to this website, whatever, will be down in the description. Also hit the like and subscribe button if you like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. And let's get straight to reading. Quite a shock. Subnautica co-creator says it stings that he's not working at Unknown Worlds anymore. Wasn't the whole thing that Krafton said that the three of them, who was it, Ted, Charlie, and Max, were all still working at Unknown Worlds? Or I swear that was something in the first thread we'd read. Anyway, okay. Subnautica 2 has gone from one of the year's most highly anticipated titles to one of this year's biggest tragedies. That's due to the controversial firing of Unknown Worlds co-founders Ted, Charlie, and Max, who were all beloved and valued people among the Subnautica faithful. While we don't know the exact reason why the trio was removed from Unknown Worlds by Krafton, fans have begun to direct their ire towards Subnautica 2, calling for boycotts, which we spoke about 2 days ago, I think it was. Wait, hang on. When this goes up, maybe 3 days ago. I don't know. I cannot remember. Calling for boycotts, despite the leadership changes having no effect on development. It all became a little bit nasty, but during all this time, Charlie has spoken out about his time at Unknown Worlds. Thanks, PC gamers. And how he's feeling after his departure. In a Reddit post on the Subnautica subreddit last week, Cleveland, who goes by the username whatever, talks about his experience setting up Unknown Worlds, how he got his start in video game development, and how disappointed he was that Moonbreaker ended up failing. It's a truly heartfelt post in which Cleveland claims that being fired from Unknown Worlds was quite a shock, and that it stings knowing he no longer works there. Holy moly, I've just seen how long this thread is. Sure. What is a wave but 1,000 drops? I started my journey into video game development more than 25 years ago, back before there was any books or courses, back before there were engines to license, before it even felt like a viable career. My high school friends and I spent our summers in something Vermont, not working for others, but working to try to create a video game. Every summer we tried, and every summer we failed. Failed to have anything even remotely playable before the leaves developed their autumn colors, and threatened to fall. He spelled colors wrong. But we keep trying. I know it's the American spelling, but still, I'm European, it's spelled wrong. until the final summer after my college graduation in 1996, when just two of us worked through the fall and got our first game, an underwater star-controlled clone called Star Control 2 clone called Aquarium Fighter. When I played it against my friend for the first time and I evaluated the fun, controls, and balance, I instantly became hooked. Hooked on making games. Hooked on making not fun things, but with potential fun. That game helped me land my first professional gaming program job, which I used to pay off my credit cards, and I started iterating through the now familiar cycle of making money to make games. Now we're halfway to 2026, and the world is a very different place. Anyone can learn how to make a game on YouTube using free engines, but making money off of my speaking, but making money off of making a game has become truly brutal, like the world's wealth distribution. It's feast or famine. Game development is a career now, and it can be a very profitable one. And the artistic heights that games have reached is jaw-dropping. StarCraft, Braid, Limbo, Minecraft, League, Hades, Inscription. I dreamed but never thought that the design, technology, art, and business models of the games would one day be possible. Nor would I ever have believed that games could overtake Hollywood, even if they weren't art. Without realizing it, I started Unknown Worlds in 2001 by making the Half-Life mod Natural Selection. I worked with the distributed team back before a health crisis mandated it, and we released not half-baked games, but documents describing level design and texture for making those levels with the hope that the community would make maps. Lo and behold, they did, and we eventually hired some of those people, giving them careers at Unknown Worlds. However, shaky the long-term prospects might be, I asked the community to send me $20 bills in the mail so I could keep working on the game. And you did. $18,000 was a tough salary to live off of, but I made it work and loved every moment of it. Look, like a design hook, but I was hooked on design. So hooked that I spent 10 years making the sequel. There's no way that could have happened without Max and his belief that the game was something special. With that, we made just enough money to get Subnautica into a striped down early access, which allowed us to find the fun. It didn't have submarines, base building, story, or survival, but through the early access process, the community helped guide us forward until we found something we all loved. Something we loved to make and something that millions love to play. There's no way it would have been as successful if we had waited until version 1.0 before releasing it to the public. I tell you all this because I want to tell you that game development is in my blood. So is iteration and early access. Our games have thrived because of it. And one of our games failed because we thought we knew better. I was most passionate about the game and it fell flat. We worked on it 5 years before our early access, thinking this time we were experts. We knew better, but fewer people played that game than even that humble Half-Life mod. Even though our studio had financial success in that period, and even though many fans fell in love with the game, it really wounded me, and I needed time to heal. Sometimes it feels like I'll never get over this one. Oh my word. So with all this as a background, I hope you can see why we were so excited to release Subnautica 2 into early access. Many of the folks that started the journey with us nearly 20 years ago have worked hard on Subnautica 2, and they're joined by some incredible new talent who were drawn to the studio by their love of the games and their passion for the way we've made them. We know and love the exceptions for this we know and love that the expectations for this sequel are high, but the team has poured their hearts into this game, and their dedication really shows. We've helped pioneer early access, and our community seems to love it, just as much as we do. It's the best way to develop a game like this. So you can see why for Max, Ted, and myself, being Charlie, right? I think. So you can see why for Max, Ted, myself, and the Unknown Worlds team, and for our community, the events of this week have been quite a shock. We know that the game is ready for early access release, and we know you're ready to play it. And while we thought this was going to be our decision to make, at least for now, that decision is in Krafton's hands. And after all these years, to find that I'm no longer able to work at the company I started stings. I wanted you to know what happens to the founders, to the team, and to the game. Our priority is, and has always been, to make the best damned game we can for the best community in the world. With your George plushies and your hand-drawn fish fan art, and yes, your hard-earned dollars, you've supported us in every way, in every season, cold and warm, since Half-Life modding was even a thing. And I also want you to know that this is not where the story ends, Charlie. This really does suck for him. Cleveland goes on to mention a couple of things about the future. The first being that Subnautica 2 is apparently ready for early access release. Yes. What? We might be getting it earlier than we expected. We know that the game is expected to drop in early access at some point in 2025. But that a release date still hasn't been given. From Cleveland's comments, it sounded as though one should be coming soon. No, it sounded like the game was going to be dropping soon, or is that just me? Secondly, Cleveland ends his post by saying, "This is not where the story ends," suggesting that he has plans in motion for another project. It could be possible that Cleveland plans on setting up a new studio with Ted and Max, and judging from the reaction of the Subnautica fans, it sounds as though they'd have a lot of support if they did. We'll have to see what the future holds and whether Cleveland and the gang become an independent studio once again. Well, hopefully Subnautica 2 is released soon. I wish the best for Max, Ted, and Charlie. I really do. And I know for myself, if they do end up all coming together again and making a new game, no matter what it is, I will probably end up playing it. Because, hell, I've been playing Subnautica since early access. Since, like, almost close-ish to the release date of early access. Maybe a few, like 2-3 months later, after it got released onto Steam. So I've been with the game for quite a while. So I will happily play whatever they make, because I really do enjoy their game. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like and subscribe button. If you dislike it, dislike it. And goodbye.